I thank you all. I'll share an anecdote occurs to me. Some years ago, I was climbing Mount Rainier, and Rainier, we were going up in the springtime, it's early, and these wicked whiteouts happen. And if you've never been in a whiteout, it's really quite an experience. You literally have no sense of vertical, up or down, and we're walking with ski poles in front of us so we don't walk off something. You're literally sort of probing because you can't see the earth. It's bizarre. And I had the good fortune and maybe good sense to actually, when we left this hut at Camp Muir, to actually take my compass out and take a compass reading. And so we follow this compass reading. Everybody else is just walking the way they think we should walk. And I had the compass reading. And at some point I said, I just don't like the feel of this. We haven't come back across the trail I thought we should have, and our intuition says we should go this way. If we're wrong, I knew from many climbs previously, there's about a 1,500-foot drop down to the Nisqually Glacier. Now I said, maybe what we ought to do is gather together and check our instruments. I happen to have an altimeter with me and a topo map. It was mighty handy. So I had the topo map, I had the topographic map, I had the altimeter, and I had the compass reading from where we'd gone. Everybody else in the party pretty much was saying, we're going to go this way. We're sure it's this way. And I said, well, here's the point on the map where my instruments tell me we are. If we walk another 200 meters this way, I think we walk off a 1,500-foot cliff, as many others have done in equal conditions. The alternative, unfortunately, because we had gone this way this far, was unpleasant. We had to actually go uphill. And when you've climbed all day and you've got a heavy backpack on and it's deep snow and it's spooky and you don't want to go back uphill. You hate it. It's hard work, you're tired, it's not what you want. Relative to a 1,500-foot downhill, well, we trusted the instruments because I had them, and we walked back, and I've never been so happy in my life to see some spilled Gatorade on the snow about a half hour later. We had to literally almost change direction, walk uphill. The instruments gave us the data. And we could have gone where we wanted to go, where it seemed easy to go, where our intuition and our experience seemed to suggest it would go. But the data suggested something otherwise, and we followed the data, and I probably wouldn't be here today because I was on the sharp end of the rope. The point of our hearing today, and I think the point of this committee, I hope, which I am loath and sad to leave, is that we have an obligation to approach decision-making in a constitutional democratic republic with rational, empirical judgment and information, imperfect and uncertain, but the best we can do. And the hope today was we had a model of how that can happen. We won't reach any conclusions. I don't think anybody's going to say, well, dang, I was a complete skeptic before, now it's turned. Maybe some will go the other way. But the process that we try to follow, and the process of science is what's going to get us there. And I would hope that that process, that legacy, on this committee, if no other, is one based on empirical decision-making, mutual respect, critical analysis, objective analysis, and I'm grateful for the witnesses on all sides that have helped us put this forward. And I hope, for the sake of the two 5-and-a-half-year-old boys on which I make every fundamental decision in my life, and countless others that are dear and dear to you, that we will weigh the consequences of inaction or inaccurate action against the consequences of acting in responsible, reasonable, rational ways for the broader good of not only our society, but the globe itself. And the stakes are pretty darn high, and we really got to get it right. And I thank all of you for being here today, and all of you who are audience for your perseverance and your patience and your expert input. And with that, this hearing stands adjourned. Thank you. Wait, what's that? Oh, sorry. They always remind me of this. With that, the hearing does not stand adjourned. Customarily, there will be 2 weeks allowed for anyone who wishes to enter additional extraneous comments into the record. And with that, thanks. And I would like, finally, to thank the staff on both the majority side and the minority side for their participation in making this hearing and this last session of Congress so successful. Thank you. With that, the hearing stands adjourned.